Welcome to all the cybersecurity students. So today I'll be diving into the world of principles and policies, focusing especially on the international recognitions of fair information practices and also principles. So, a general overview, when we talk about the fair information practice principles, we just simply mean that these are actually principles that are used by most agencies to evaluate systems and programs and also activities that are impacting their privacies. So they are not mandatory, but they should actually be applied by most of these agencies in order to comply with the policy standards. So this principle actually aim to protect individuals' private rights by guiding information collection and also the misuses of information. So a quick description of the fair information practice principles. So we talk about like the transparency. In terms of transparency, organizations should be transparent about their data practice by providing clear and understandable information on the data that are being collected and how it is used and shared. When we talk about individual participation, so within the individuals should have control over their data, including the ability to actually access, correct, and also have a say to when it is used. We talk about the purpose specification. Organization must actually clearly state the reasons for which the data are being collected, which actually minimize the use of they minimize the risks of misuse. And we talk about data minimization. So here it means only essential information should be collected, thus reducing the risk of misuse of data and data breaches. We also have usage limitations. With the fair information practice principles, it recognizes limitation of personal information to specific purposes and authorizations only. We also have like the data quality and integrity. Organizations must collect accurate, complete, and up-to-date personal information in order to maintain the data integrity and also its usefulness. We also talk about security. Data is crucial for safety, for safeguarding purposes, and personal information for unauthorized access, disclosure, accelerations, or also destructions. We talk about accountability. Organizations must be held accountable for the data practices through clear policies, assigned responsibilities, and also avenue for revenues in if privacy rights are actually violated. Then we talk about auditing. So regular audit and also assessment are necessary to ensure compliance with the privacy policy and identify any improvement in data handling practices. Now let's compare the fair information practice policy and other policies and laws and regulations. So when we talk about the fair information practice principles, it actually focuses on individual control and transparency. So here, individuals actually have the right to know how their data or their personal information are being used and shared. This actually differ from other privacy laws that only emphasizes on organization responsibility over individuals' empowerment. For instance, the GDPR emphasizes on organization accountability, whereas the fair information practice and principles prioritize individuals' right and also control. Also, the main purpose for the fair information practice and principle is to specialize. So is purpose is specialization and use limitations. So organizations should only collect the information that they actually need for the particular purpose which it is being needed. This actually ensures that individuals can actually have control over their data information and also prevent unauthorized usage. However, some other privacy laws require explicit like consent for secondary usage of personal information. So now let's look at the use of fair information to protect personal identifiable information. Firstly, when we talk about personal identifiable information, these are information that can easily identify an individual. For example, like your name, your passport informations, your credit card informations. Therefore, protecting these informations are very vital to every organization. So, in order for us to get a clearer understanding of this, let's take an example where a federal agency is responsible for managing citizens' healthcare data. So how the way they are going to like implement the fair information practice principle are as follows. In terms of transparency, this agency is going to ensure that there should be transparency by informing citizens of their healthcare data that are being collected, how it is used, and how it can also be accessed. And we also talk about the individual participation. These agencies will also ensure that the citizens have the right to access, correct, and also control the use of their healthcare data. In order for like for purpose and purpose specifications, this agency will clarify and define the purpose for which these healthcare data are being collected, such as providing medical services, research, or also some public health monitoring. When we talk about data minimization, this agency will make sure that only the essential healthcare informations are being collected so as to minimize the exposure of risks and data breaches. Also, in terms of use limitation, this agency is going to make sure that only the healthcare data that are being collected are only used for the purpose for which it is intended, so as to protect unauthorized usage and also misuse of information. When we talk about data quality and integrity, these agencies are going to ensure that the accuracy, competency, and also currency of the healthcare data through regular validations processes. When we talk about security, these agencies are going to ensure that these data are being secured, like using things like encryptions and also multi-factor authentication to prevent unauthorized access to clients or citizens' healthcare informations. When we talk about accountability, the agency must set policies for handling healthcare data, assigning like compliance and also responsibility, and providing private consent reporting avenues. We'll talk about auditing. These agencies are going to make sure that there should be regular privacy auditing and also conducting to identify vulnerabilities and also ensure that it should be compliant with the policy, so that any issue can be addressed promptly. So looking at the fair information practice principles, it actually provide a framework for protecting privacy rights and also data-driven war. So by following these principles, organizations can actually ensure responsible data practice, fostering trust and also accountability. So stay vigilant in the safeguarding privacies, and thank you for watching. So below are some of the reference for further information. Thank you.